Akademiks, and check it out now. This is a very tough video for me to make. I've tried to make this video for about 10 hours and I've deleted the clip each and every time because it's still a surreal moment for me. Still a surreal moment for the fans and, of course, you can imagine the friends and family of Fredo Santana. But I always dread reporting these type of stories on rappers' death, even though we know death is inevitable. I mean, the problem here is oftentimes the people that I'm reporting on that may die, I'm reporting on people that are dying way too young. Last night, I mean, my world was rocked. The entire hip-hop community was rocked with news that a Chicago rapper, a beloved rapper, Fredo Santana, passed away. Now, I got a deep personal connection to his career, I believe, and even to his life. I've covered his rise through Chirac until he got out of there and he lived in L.A. I covered his ups and his downs, the beefs, the wars, the quarrel through music, his music, family shit with him in terms of how he dealt with like people losing people around him, and also how he treated his brothers in music, and of course everything else that came with it. Okay, I feel personally indebted to him. I feel like he's one of the reasons I am where I am in my career. I focused on him a lot. Okay, one of the things I could say is that looking from the outside in, there's two things you could definitely say and remember about Fredo Santana is that, number one, he was super loyal and he always stayed his lane. All right. If you look at people through the years, when people have their peaks in their career musically, sometimes niggas don't really stick together with their so-called brother. Okay. Sometimes people are only brothers only when convenient. Clearly for Fredo Santana, as we saw how he moved throughout the years, that was not the case. He rode for his team, and he continually repped their brand, even while trying to establish his own brand and his own record label, Savage Squad Records, okay? Now, if you're wondering how he died, reportedly last night around 11:30 p.m., his girlfriend came to his house in L.A., and that's where she found that he was unconscious, okay? Apparently, when she got there, he was already dead. They're saying that he had a fatal seizure, and that seizure could be caused by a bunch of other things, but regardless, that seizure and not getting medical attention immediately caused his death. We'll get more on how exactly he died. We don't know if it's asphyxiation, which is like choking or whatever. We don't know if it's just heart stopping. We don't know, and I don't want to speculate, okay? Now, we do know he's had some health issues, right? He's had kidney and liver problems a lot, and even he himself admitted that the drugs, okay, the drugs pretty much had him fucked up. It was fucking with his body. It was fucking with his liver, his kidney, and he was in and out of the hospital because his organs was given out. Now, I know everyone wants to be everybody want to be a saint after somebody dies, especially, and by the way, this is not an overdose. This is a symptom or a side effect of lean use and possibly Xanax use, okay? So the seizure is a side effect. Now, I know everyone wants to say, well, we told him stop taking lean, stop taking Xanax, and I just really want to bring you guys back to when he was really explaining why he looked towards drugs. We also got to think about not everybody's just taking drugs to be cool or trendy. Not everybody's just taking drugs just to make a fucking song that they could appeal to the youth. There's people who take drugs because they've gone through a lot of trauma. They've seen everybody around them die. They've gone through wars and they've basically gotten to the point where they've seen so much destruction and death. The only way they could really adapt to normal society, they got to drown their pains out with drugs. Now, some of you guys might say, well, you could get help. You could get people to talk to you. If you got to think in the mindset of somebody coming out of an impoverished situation, when they see all that shit happen around them, you got to carry a gun on you. Like you see your best friends, people you grew up with all your life, they get killed left and right. That shit's going to fuck you up. And yes, you're going to turn to substance abuse. So I do want to say that before people do try to judge him post-death about his lean addiction. He was addicted to lean. Okay, he admitted this, all right? However, I do want to put it all in context. This is very sad. Very sad. As I said, I made this video a bunch of times. I deleted it because it was a surreal moment. It was the point where I was like, I'm not making this shit until I see a coroner's report because I couldn't believe that he really died, okay? Now, again, if you're familiar where he came from, came up through Chirac. Okay, the likelihood of him coming up there and with the issues that people around him had and possibly he had as well, right? Whether he knew it or not, because people are just trying to kill somebody else for the rival gang or whatever. Okay, family, friend, whoever. For him to escape, okay, being killed by gunfire or somebody else murdering him, to only escape to a better life, and then the drugs do him in. Incredibly sad. Fredo Santana, you'll always be someone who is one of my favorite people I've ever covered. I hope Chief Keef, Lil Reese, everybody, Lil Durk, everybody who's associated with you, please hold your head. This is a very emotional time for us all. Yeah. Rest in peace, man. Get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. I'm out.